Hello, folks. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. I welcome you back to my channel with a ghostly voice, let's say vampire voice, because I woke up like not so long ago, maybe 1 hour ago. Um, then I had my last sahur, means basically today is our last fasting day of Ramadan, and then uh, next day on 31st is our Eid. So I would like to wish everybody who's celebrating happy Eid, Eid Mubarak, and Salamat Hari Raya, Eid al Fitr, okay, in Bahasa Malayu. So today I thought, I have missed out on one day. I've been busy last couple of days and it was very, very hot, humid. So I'm going to do just one video today, just let you know. But it's going to be a very long video. Okay, I intend to make a very long video because this is something special. This means a lot. And I'm going to tell you the fragrances that started my fragrance journey officially. Okay, so a few things out of the way. First thing is I had more fragrances, and I'll tell you a story. This is going to be a history or storytelling, because I feel like doing this today. All right, so it's like Eid, it's like your Christmas, and also time is now 4:45 a.m. here, and I am okay. I'm good. Simple, like sahur, and then water, and then obviously bad habit is coffee. So I needed to have some. Man, the heat is unbelievable nowadays. The UV exposure, everything is just so bad. You just burn out when you go out. I was out for last 2 days, quite running around a lot and doing things. So getting some car work done, even it was not a good idea, man. Took out a lot, burned me out. Anyway, so what I'm planning to do here, again, focus. That is, I'm going to tell you, I don't even know how many I have, 25, 26, I don't know. Okay, so when I started my journey, it was not due to fragrance community. Okay, I started loving perfumes since I was in school. My dad used to use like things like uh, Old Spice, some other perfumes he had. So I got that. I wanted to smell nice. I used to use body sprays. I'm going to make a very long video. Even if it turns 1 hour, I'm not sorry. Okay, so this is the everybody has a history, right? This is very special to them, how the fragrance game started, journey started, either from your family or from yourself, or maybe influencer got you into perfumes. So my story is I love perfumes from young age, like when I was in school and university. My very first fragrance I think I got as a gift was perhaps CK1, Daniel Desire Red. Those are my first few perfumes. Then I think my love started since Lacoste Pour Homme, then Boss Bottle. Some of those are here, but mostly when I started watching reviews in 2014-15, and that time was the golden peak time for fragrances, and all those great reviewers. Nowadays maybe some of you who are new do not even know all of them, but I was privileged to know everybody. I don't at this point remember all the names, but these are the era of the first few batches of reviewers. We are the second batches. So I started watching 2014, 2016. I did my very first review on my channel, because I started collecting, watching reviews from all these reviewers, and then I started like getting into the game. So whatever money I saved, that time I did not have so much money, and I was in Malaysia at that time, my last year in Malaysia, 2016. And then I started, man, such nice memories, such crazy memories. So I did crazy things to get my fragrance, and I got about 120 odd fragrances that I brought back to Bangladesh. Crazy. You cannot bring back so many, on flight, but me, my family, we all together separated, and they didn't check. So we got back, and this is how it started. So that time we did not have so many of these new perfumes, niche. I did not have any niche in my collection. In Malaysia, fragrances are very expensive. I used to buy them on retail, because places like KLCC, Sogo, Mega Mall, the Sunway Putra Mall, whatever you name it, the Jasco, formerly is Aeon Big. So these places, you have perfumes, but hardly any discounts. Okay, so I got them all on full price, and it's a special thing because you have to have that love to get all these fragrances, spending that much money. 2015-16 I'm talking about, you're spending more than $100. That's steep. Okay, 150 up to I spent. So these are some of the fragrances, not in any particular order. Okay, let me go and start. I'll start with a very special perfume. This is not very special in many people's lives, but I'll tell you, when I started collecting, I felt like doing reviews, and that time I did have very old phone, and Malaysia internet line was very slow. Trust me, Bangladesh line is better. But I used to upload in very bad quality videos and stuff. It was very dark, but I still changed those time. One of the first fragrances I'll show you is Burberry Brit Rhythm. Okay, I'm pretty sure many of you will be like, why is this here? This is here for a reason. Okay, I sold my one of my mobile phones. I think I forgot, it was maybe uh, Oppo or something. I don't remember what phone it was, but it was a brand new phone I bought. And then I love fragrance game so much, I went and sold my phone for a very cheap price, and I got this fragrance because I really wanted to get this. At that time, times were different. We used to do our research. Not everything was hype, but I really wanted to get this because it's nice, beautiful fragrance. And maybe Chad or someone, I saw his review, I got like, I need to get this. And when I smelled it, it smelled very different. It's very sexy. I usually do not always follow the trend. I'll show you what I mean. But this was one of the first fragrances I got, Burberry Brit. Okay, I'll tell you a little bit story on each. Okay, so Burberry Brit Rhythm. Okay, one of my first fragrances. I just changed this. I can never sell this bottle, and I maybe hardly use it, seldom use it, but it's special to me. Let me go from this side. Okay, this fragrance, I'll tell you, even before I watched fragrance reviews somewhere in university, 2007, around that time, I got this fragrance called Mont Blanc Individual. This time, that time, there was no Jeremy, there was no other channels who were hyping this. I got this because in the mall, this fragrance looks so cool from far. Okay, I love the gray juice, very mysterious, and they have pens, Mont Blanc, they have official counters, so I saw this, I fell in love with it, and the smell back in that time, even I remember it was much stronger also. Okay, so Mont Blanc Individual, I love this. And this one is called raspberry, sweet raspberry, and sweetness, and somewhat like Creed's Sandalwood, right? What is it called? The Sandalwood, I forgot the name, the red bottle, similar to that. But one of my first few fragrances, Mont Blanc Individual. I used to rock this a lot in my student life. Next one, it's a fun memory, is this one. This was thanks to Fragcomm. This is called Ed Hardy's Love and Luck. Okay, this perfume I bought because of like fragrance community. Obviously, reviewers still have. This was my bottle from Malaysia. Okay, this one, when I got it, I did not really like it that much. I just got, because I have to get all those, recommendations by all these reviewers. So I thought from a affordable side, this was very cheap. This was, I think, 130, 140 ringgit. I don't remember exactly how, maybe 120 or so ringgit. That translates into something like $20, $23. This one, what they said, it's a similar to Creed's Melissa Imperial. And the mindset for me was, when I started off, I could not afford always the niche perfumes or expensive ones. So I wanted to get, I'm like, oh, Melissa Imperial Creed must be very, very good. When I got it, I did not really like it because it was not my type of scent. I liked sweet or fresh, either one. This is falls somewhere like it's fresh, but not really my type. But it's nice, a casual setup. One thing I used to play a lot around was this one, take it out, like put it back. It feel like a very fun sort of bottle. But in time, people told me this gets loose, and that's what happens, But Ed Hardy's Love and Luck is one of my first few fragrances. Next one I'll show you. This was something I wanted so bad. Most of these fragrances, I wanted them so bad. And not just because hype. I really smelled it. I fell in love with this perfume, and I used to do research. I used to go to mall, drive up. If I buy a perfume, I make sure I test at least 20, 30 fragrances or get samples. So this is one of the fragrance one of my friends had, younger brother. When I smelled it, I fell in love with it, like how beautiful the bottle looked. I craved for it for 2 weeks, then I bought this. It was not easy, man. Versace Manu Fresh. Nowadays everything seems so easy. You have so many fragrances, it's easy, you pick it up. And sometimes you feel like, oh, it's just okay. But when it's the first few years, everything is so special, excitement, blood rush, and like getting it's like falling in love for the first time. Everything is different. You can fall in love over and over again, but the first love is always special. Okay, same thing for me. This is, I don't know how many bottles I used, right? Maybe 5 or 6. Okay, because I decant as well, so I finish bottles, then I buy them again. This is one of my recent bottles. But this bottle, when I started off my journey, maybe I had 10 or 15 that time I got this. I love this bottle. The color blue just stole my heart. This was one of the first Versace's I ever purchased, and I didn't really like the performance, but the smell was so special. Okay, that star fruit or carambola, and then the lemon, obviously big player. Next one, let me show you. This fragrance, I did something very crazy. I told this story in my reviews. This was called Burberry's London. Okay, these are nostalgia, pure. I am smiling because I can remember those days. This was 2016. There's a mall near airport KLIA in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. Okay, what is that mall? I always forget. It's like something Mitsui Outlet Park. Yes, because I slept, so some of my memories. Okay, and then I sniffed it one day. Then everybody was talking about this is the coat, all the reviewers. This is the holiday scent. This one has a port wine, tobacco, and I didn't smell it. I saw the bottle and the box, and then I knew they had it, so I had to like maybe blind buy this. And one fine day, usually the Mitsui Outlet Park, they close maybe that time around 10:30. So, oh yeah, they used to close maybe at 10:30. So one day I had suddenly the craving. I'm like, I'm going to blind buy this. And I started my car from my house to the airport or Mitsui Outlet Park. It takes about 45 minutes to 1 hour. I think that day I drove like a maniac. Suddenly the craving happened. I'll tell you one other fragrance I had that. And then I started driving like, I mean, I never drove like that, 160, 170, even though it's illegal. But back then, like we didn't have that many cameras in KL, right? So I entered, after paying the toll, I entered the shopping mall and I didn't even park in the parking. I parked right in front of the main entrance because that time, they didn't mind. And I ran and they were just putting down the shutters. I almost like slided in or something. I'm like, please let me have this problem. They're like, sir, we officially closed. You cannot, This Chinese ladies were there. They were like so smiling and stuff. They were like, you cannot, I cannot like process it because our counter is closed. I'm like, please, can you do something? Because I came all the way. I told them the story and they somehow had, they just smiled. They understood where I'm coming from. They're like, this is crazy what you did, sir. But okay. They opened it and then I purchased. It was 230 or 240 ringgit, something like that. Okay. I don't remember exactly how much I paid, but it was 220 or 230 like that. And I remember one of the most happiest moments of my life was getting this bottle, and I cherish it. You see me often, I'm smiling. In Bangladesh also, I bought 2, 3 bottles. Now they have changed the packaging in the box, but smells still the same. But this is my old bottle. Okay, so Burberry's London, the coat. Next one, let me show you. Most hated fragrance on the net, and I was one of the few ones who loved it. And I used to get compliments, wear this everywhere, get massive performance. Was this one, Invictus by Paco Rabanne. This was the newer bottles, 150. I had maybe 200 ml. I don't remember, big bottles, small bottles, but this was one of my first fragrance. When I smelled it, I was like, this smells nothing like 1 million. People say 1 million, these are similar. No, this is fresher. This was different. And I still like it because people don't mention it anymore. The Hawas is still going strong, but man, I love this perfume. Let me show you something. Okay, see this bottle? I have how much? This one changed to gray. I keep this bottle for memory. This was my first bottle of Invictus. Okay, I took this to all parts of Malaysia, Penang, I think Johor, maybe. I go Johor? No. I went Kedah, I went Langkawi, many places, I took this bottle with me because this one small fits in the car copy, cup holder. Man, this holds memories like nothing else. I will always feel Invictus is one of those special perfumes in my journey. Okay, Paco Rabanne Invictus. Next two, let me show you one by one. I got them, I think, back-to-back days. Okay, first day I got Le Mal. Okay, nowadays I call it Le Mal. I used to call it Le Mal. Anyway, this perfume, I had the older version. This one is not that old, I guess. This one maybe is the Christmas edition or something, but I did have the one before the, I think, BPI version, not Puig. And when I got this sheer out of the fragrance communities, how much hype there was in 2015 and 16. Oh, Le Mal is such a great fragrance. It's like a manly perfume. He's on this classics. And Mark said this was his first fragrance and he loves it. Basically, this is for Mark. Okay. And when I got this, I was like, man, this fragrance is not my type at all because the opening is so fresh. In Malaysia, you have to understand it's not, weather is not favorable for perfumes. It's very, very hot. And this fragrance, the dry down is very powdery, right? So this thing did not really work for me because you sweat a lot there. But I still feel Le Mal is special. I got this, but the next one I loved that. Le Mal in time I love, but let me show you was the next one. The next one is Ultra Male. I still have 2 bottles from BPI version. Okay, these are the old version, I think. Maybe, okay. Hold on. Yeah, I really need to change that light because I think it's having some connection issue. Anyway, so I was saying Ultra Male, Ultra Male was a perfume, man. That time this was new, okay? This was almost a brand new release in 2015 or 16, I remember. So I saw this video of Chad and Mark, very rare video. I don't see them usually together, both Canadian. So they were doing outdoor shoots and they smelled it for the first time. I was like, man. Mark said, I love this, and then he smiled. He was very different that time. He was very happy and not so serious. And I actually like that vintage Mark. And Chad is my man. So I got this, and man, so much. I loved it so much more than Lamal. The fruitiness, the pear, the pineapple, I call this sweetness, floral. Man, this was beautiful. I loved it. Even I compared this with, I think, against Sauvage and Aventus's, how much I loved it. Back in the days, the BPI version was massive in performance, man. I used to wear this and my dates, and in Bangladesh, when I brought it first time, nobody had this bottle. Nobody. Absolutely. This fragrance was my go-to guy for dating, okay? So Ultra Male, so many memories, okay? And nowadays, there are just way so many fragrances. This one will be not even in rotation. This is discontinued now. Next one, let me show you. Video is already so long. Dolce & Gabbana, let me go quite quickly then. This one of the first fragrances from the Fragcomm like suggestions. Nobody got performance out of it, but in Malaysian high heat, this one used to be massive in performance. I have a 50 ml bottle somewhere, that first bottle. Still have it, but this one I understood much later what's the real beauty about it. But this one takes some time. It's a little bit mature, very hyped at that time. Everybody talked about how much special this is. Jeremy, Mark, everybody. So this one remains one of my special fragrances. Dolce & Gabbana, the one. Next one, yeah, this fragrance I hated that time when I got it. This was Le Dessay Isimiake. See, the thing is, not everything I loved when I purchased. Some of them were blind buys, so I trusted Fragcomm. Some of them worked out later, but some of them was okay only. This one I hated because I called it like smell of like a roach or something, because it's weird. When you get it for the first time, you don't really fall in love with it, but it was a great fragrance to remember because 2016 memories of Kale. This one I remember, sometimes going out, I sprayed once, but it just got me headache or something. On my first few fragrances, Le Dessay, my older bottle, the juice turned yellowish, okay? Next one, yeah, this one I got with the other one, which was called Edition Blanche, but I think I kept the bottle somewhere inside, so I'm not showing you today. But Au Extreme, whole credit to Jeremy, how he said this fragrance is like, smell me, I'm God. See, the thing is, the memories always are special because that Jeremy and this Jeremy, totally different. I didn't even imagine he would go that direction. But he was a very nice guy. He's still a nice guy, but the stuff he does, I don't really follow anymore because that's just not normal. But you have to admit it that he got many of us in the game, and maybe still getting people into the game like, crazy, because he's that, celebrity type. He's not like the conventional reviewers, right? So yeah, I got this. It was very expensive, and I did not really understand what was the hype at first because it just smelled like musk and it just smelled like sweet, fresh. But one day, I got one compliment for a girl. She said, "What is your perfume?" Because I sprayed in a party, and quite heavily. And then she said, I kept the bottle with me, of course, in the bag because that time is new. She said, your perfume is so nice. And then, I knew because it's a real compliment. That time I knew this women love this, okay? Allure Au Extreme EDP. There's EDT version as well. Next one, my own discovery, my own love, and I recommend this. This is my 6th or 7th bottle, I don't know. Daniel's Icon. Always will be remembered in my journey as one of my first fragrances that I fell in love with. Okay, even this is more than so many other big fragrances. Even this is more precious to me than Aventus. Okay, I didn't buy Aventus in the first few years. I bought Aventus like in 2018. But Daniel's Icon, there was no hype when I got it. Only Dan Norton, Chad, one or two guys liked it, but I loved it. I pushed it so bad, like from the beginning. This is the best, because it's so good. Daniel's Icon, amazing fragrance. You have to try it before it's gone. Okay, heavy bottle as well, nice smell, neroli, pepper, vetiver, whatever. But one of the most handsome fragrances for modern day men. Okay, let's go next one. Let's go. There's gonna be this Perfume 360-degree red. If you see Perfume 360-degree red review of mine, that was in Genting Highlands. I took that bottle with me. I wanted to outdoor shoot, one of my first few videos, and I was very happy. It was a short video, and I did say some funny things. but it was in the clouds and all. I still, it's like a dreamy time, even this a casual cheap perfume. I had a small bottle that time. So this fragrance was beautiful, in the high heats of summer in Malaysia. 360 grade, very special. Again, Jeremy's not recognition, recommendation, because his video, in the video he said he was shooting for a perfume or boutique in Germany, and then this was something he was wearing, and he got compliments. So yeah, 360 grade, one great fragrance. Next one, Declaration Don't Swear. Okay, I will tell you something funny. I have another fragrance coming up, which is La Nuit de l'Homme, which is in the list, but I tried La Nuit de l'Homme and this on the same day. And guess what? I picked this up. The lady over there, she said, "You must try this." I said, "It doesn't look very interesting because the bottle is simple." She said, "Forget about the bottle. Try this perfume and tell me. Maybe you can buy it next time. I will give you a sample." She sprayed this. I was like, oh my God. I let, like, not Lanidolum go. I bought it later, but that day I bought this over Loam and Lanidolum both. Okay. Such was the beautiful opening of this. The rose. I did not like rose. I do not like rose much, but this one is a complete polar opposite. It is discontinued. Now get a bottle at any cost. At some point of your life, you need to get Declaration Don't Swear by Cartier. Next, Fahrenheit by Dior. Fragrance community, okay, that gasoline, the whole review of Mark, that vetiver leather, that violet leaves and all that, and a little bit masculinity, ruggedness, and how this fragrance can be wearable all year round. So I get mostly the florals on this in the opening, but later you get that, okay, gasoline you get also, but you get the leather later, okay, but mostly florals. The one that I have, I did not have the vintage version. I had 2014 or 15 version, first bottle, but I remember how much it performed and how much I used to get compliments, and I used to even get confused who's smelling so good. Such is the power of Fahrenheit. You need to collect this fragrance. I'm telling you, some of the fragrance I say you need to, because they are special. Okay. Then one of my very, very, very wanted fragrance was this one, Paco Rabanne 1 million. I saw the bottle for the first time in 2015 in the reviews. I'm like, man, gold bar. Those times life was different, man. There were not that many fragrances. You knew every single fragrance on it, like, by their name. Okay, this was the original, and this and Invictus both I loved. Okay, but the sweetness of this, man, this perfume, uh yeah, yeah, so many memories, man. Driving days, going out with my friends, my friend circle, Eids and stuff. Very special fragrance. Night out, this is still the king for me. Okay, I think one of my friends, Steven, he loves it. Fragrance with Steven, I think his channel is called Belgian guy. So he loves it still. Lamal, this his favorite fragrance, and Kuros. This fragrance was a goat. I got this. I love it still the same. Next one, and this is not a ranking, but this one is the middle. But my most beautiful fragrance in my life that I ever bought was Dior Homme Intense. No matter how many I smelled, okay, I do have Brioni EDP Intense. I like that. I like few more, okay, but since the first day, it's like, again, first love. This was one of my first loves. I don't know what happened with this. This just won my heart, man. And my signature scent, I ordered a backup bottle of 150 because now this is changed, okay. And this fragrance is just Dior Maintenance, Dior Maintenance. Man, you have to get this. I don't know if not everybody feels the same way, but Dior Maintenance for me is the king, okay, my ultimate king. The next one, Hugo Boss bottle that started my fragrance game. Mark also feels the same way. He loves it too. But this perfume, I got this way before Fragcomm existed. This one I loved on its own. My dad used to use this. So he had a massive 200 ml bottle. I had a 30 ml, then 50, then 100 1 year. Just apple pie, not apple pie, like a fresh apple scent. Okay. Cinnamon, apple, woody floral musk sort of fragrance. Whereas Loam is good also, but this one I prefer. Okay. Very masculine scent. Ever popular classic during the time of Armani's Code. Don't have Armani's Code here, but yeah, that's there as well. Paco Rabanne Pour Homme. Okay, one fragrance I took chance. I bought only freshies at one time and sweetness, but one day I felt like this one I need to get because I smelled it one day in the mall. For some reason, it clicked with me. Like, it's a masculine, green, strong oak moss, those kind of things. And I think there is something like a fresh note. I forgot exactly what it was. Mint. I don't remember, like a vanilla on the dry down. Okay, so this fragrance is getting harder to find. If you like masculine perfumes, try this one. Amazing performer. Okay, Paco Rabanne's best days of fragrances, I think. Okay, nowadays, Paco Rabanne XS, Paco Rabanne Purom, not seen everywhere. If you can get these old bottles, get them. Okay, Paco Rabanne Purom. I did the review of this from outdoors in Malaysia. Next one, Prada Amber Purom, one of my first few loves. I love this fragrance from the day one, just like that Diorum Intense, because it smells so high-end classic. I had a small sample, I had cravings for it, and I bought this perfume. Till date, I just adored this purple juice. Now they have changed the formulation. It's not the same no more. Get an older batch of Prada Amber Purom, and you'll thank me later. Amazing, amazing performer. It's like fresh, amber, floral. There's no fragrance like this. This is the best of Prada. Okay, this is the best fragrance from Prada, hands down. Next, I have almost finished the bottle. I have this much only left. Okay, this is Ultra Zest. In Malaysia that time, only two fragrances they had for men in Surya KLCC, Kuala Lumpur, was this and Amin. I bought Amin later, but this one I got because it smells so zesty. It was like creamsicle, orange creamsicle, vanilla, and I liked it a lot. You know, it was something special, and they discontinued this. Happy days were gone. Now this costs so much, you can find everywhere. One of the most beautiful fragrance ever created by Mugler, Ultra Zest. I'm going quickly because it's turning very long video, but it's okay. You know, I have quite a few to go. Next one of the most masculine fragrance I ever smelled, which is fresh. Very difficult combination. Doesn't last all day, but whenever you spray this first 1 hour or 45 minutes rather, this is the best intro of a fresh perfume. Yeah, I said that. I did have Polo Blue. I'm not showing you to that today, but this one, I remember getting a compliment like from a lady, and she said, "You smell, what is that? You're smelling like so fresh and so masculine at the same time." It got stuck in my head. Okay, so Versace Purom VPH is a must-have for any collectors. Even though this is not very strong juice, I like that DNA a lot. Next one, the legend La Nuit de l'Homme. I don't know what batch is this. Maybe 2016 or something. Old batch, because you can see the juice color is a bit dark. The newer one's almost transparent. La Nuit de l'Homme, just like VPH, not the beast mode performer, but the specialty is that opening of cardamom, bergamot, and then followed by lavender, chocolatey notes, stuff like that. It's a bit spicy, like woody, you can say sexy night out fragrance. This is the fragrance called Night of the Man, right? La Nuit de l'Homme. And I still, this date, I do not know how to pronounce the name. YSL goes like Yves Saint Laurent, because that's easy. So La Nuit de l'Homme, I did crazy things. I drove up to airport for the very first bottle. I had a craving in midnight or something. And midnight time, every mall is closed. Only malls that open are kiosks in the airports, okay? Not the duty free, just outside the, the normal kiosks with this Burger King, McD's and all. So they had this. I drove up at midnight to smell it. I had so much craving, and I think I got it then, or one of the, I don't remember, but I did crazy thing to get this fragrance because I had so much craving. It was so expensive that time. So YSL La Nuit de l'Homme, now they are crazy expensive too. One of my first fragrances was that La Nuit de l'Homme, also for Jeremy. Okay, so we have few left. Let's go. The last row is this one the first fragrances, Perfume M. Okay, I absolutely regretted buying this. When I started my journey, I used to follow reviewers, and this was like Coach Rob 619, some of the other reviewers, Chad, they're like, man, this is so nice, the cinnamon, that star anise, and this fragrance smells like Chanel Allure. So I smelled Allure, but it's expensive. So I thought, let's get this is gonna be cheap, this is gonna be good, this is gonna be even sexier. And I don't think I had the nose because I was very new to the game. This is not a beginner scent. Okay, till date, I do not think I would wear this every day, but I have memories with this perfume, so many memories, and the bottle even lost some paint. Okay, I will get a backup bottle of it just for the memory's sake. It's a good fragrance. Okay, mind you, it's a cheap good fragrance, smells very spicy in the opening, but the dry down is just something to die for. Very beautiful fragrance, I will tell you, but initially I did not like it that much. But Perfume SM, one of my first few perfumes. Next one, another one, I felt like this one smelled not my type because again, Malaysia is hot and humid, and the sun is very intense and turned very much like not sourdough, it's just sour, and it smelled like body odor or something like, how men's sweat smells sometimes, which is not in a good way. And this one, it smelled like that for me. F Black, Salvatore Ferragamo Purom. I saw this bottle. Jeremy again suggested this like Chanel Allure mixed with, I think, La Nuit de l'Homme, he said. I'm like, I'm going to get it. I got it for 25 $30. I did not like it that much. Okay, it was very peppery. It has a lot of pepper in it. But later in my journey, I liked it. But one of my first few perfumes, this one now nobody mentions it. Okay, this bottle is like Italian brand. Bottle is beautiful. I love it. So F Black, I don't know if it's still available. One of my first few perfumes. Oh man, the next one. Let's show this Versace the Dreamer. Okay, I found this perfume cheaper than other Versace's. I bought this. Maybe this was 250 ringgit or something like that, not more than that. That translates to something like, oh no, it was like cheaper than other Versace's, but I loved the Medusa. This was again Mark's credit. I loved his review. He said this gets better and better on the opening. I'm sorry, the dry down, and it's like an eternal beast mode longevity. That's what I got. A warm day, I did not expect this fragrance to be so beautiful. It's just mysterious. One of the very best of Versace is this one, Versace the Dreamer. I also had Eros early days, but I don't have any of those bottles anymore with me. Next one. When it was released, this is Valentino Vumo Intense, and you can see from the bottle, this is the old style bottle. I have about how much? Maybe 25 mil, I guess, or 30 mil in it. A lot of juice left, but man, this was very expensive, 450 ringgit when I got it. Ah man, reminds me of chocolates, Dior Intense, but stronger, darker leather note, more masculine with also the lipsticky vibe, but that got the chocolatey, leathery texture combined. VUI, one of my most memorable perfumes, and started my game. Okay, I just love this bottle design as well. Next one, I think we have only three left. Let's go. Spice Bomb. Okay, I wanted this bottle for the bottle itself. I didn't care if they smell like poo poo. Okay, but Steven, I remember he said the pink pepper, how sexy this is, and how much he loves wearing this, and ladies love this. And this one has that tobacco, cinnamon, all these things together. The peppers, pink pepper, black pepper, perhaps. I do have Man in Black. I forgot to bring it today. Man. Okay, I'll show you Black and Man in Black as well. Yeah, I forgot to bring this out, but I will show you anyway. And I forgot also Bulgari Aquamara, both Bulgaris, okay? These were fragrances I got, man. This one was very special to me, very, very special. Till date, I find this one the sexiest, manliest fragrance of all time. Started my journey, very, very special and premium smell, okay? Similar to the Spice Bomb, but more darker. It has like, feels like a lava, that ad was great. One of the special fragrance in my journey, okay? Man, this is turning into a very long video. I told you I'm going to make a long video anyway. Dior Sauvage, one of my first few 50 fragrances or 30 fragrances. And I did not see why this was so special. Okay, when I got this felt very dumb. Okay, for a Dior making this, I just wanted it for the bottle because everybody had it that time, 2016. First Sauvage, first batch I had 60 mil. That fragrance lasted more than 12 hours on me. And they reformulated it, changed it totally. This bottle is 2022. Okay, but I remember I brought back Sauvage in Bangladesh, and I used to wear this in winter. In Bangladesh, winter that time was great. People used to turn like this, smelling this perfume on me, especially girls. Okay, not because I was good looking or anything like that, but they loved it. And this is something that was very loved by people when this one came out first. And then I realized later why this was loved, because they made a massive crowd pleaser fragrance, which is dumb for the Dior's standard, where they made Dune, like other fragrances that DHI or Fahrenheit. But this was one of my first perfumes. I did mention I didn't like it that much, but at first, but I grew fond of it when this one performed, and this really, really served me well. It's a performer back in the days, and also like a bro, like safe bro. Like you just can wear this at any place, even now, Dior Sauvage is great. So let me finish with one special perfume. This one I didn't have in mind, just came here in the order. But just like the Daniel's Icon, this is the other perfume that I recommended everybody. Man, get this perfume, get this fragrance, because this one is so beautiful and it's got discontinued now, sadly. I think I need to get one more bottle back up just to be okay, like to be sure. This is called CK Reveal for him, okay? Agave, I think there's a note, there's a brandy. There is so much sweetness in there, so much, Sorry. The bottle, only thing that bottle has issue is the cap. Sometimes in time, if you keep it outside, the dust or whatever, this makes the bottle very, very ugly and nasty. It changes, okay? But I remember this is my most beloved or loved CK perfume, alongside maybe CK All, CK Obsession, and few more, okay? But man, CK Reveal, beastly performer, even more so than Ultra Male, some of the more expensive ones. This was not very expensive. This was in the like 30 $35 budget, okay? This is still great. Now it's so expensive. 30 ml goes for 65 $55 in Bangladesh. Get this bottle. Trust me, if you like sweet perfumes, get it even if you don't like it right now. Later, if you don't like, you can sell it for a very good price, okay? CK Reveal, one of my originals, like Vampire Diaries, one of the originals, So there you go. These are some fragrances, not some, lot of fragrances that started my journey. Later, I got carried away. The madness started, and I started buying fragrances. I think I started my page of Decant in 2016. Few words, then I'll finish. I started that page, and one time I took loan from my father. I said I want to start a business, so he gave me like $1,000. That time, and I was supposed to pay him back. In months installments, and I went crazy. I started buying all those Dior Parfum, all those fragrances I really wanted, the 1EDP, many others. Okay, and I had about like maybe 20 more special bottles, man. And that started the madness. I went crazy. I don't even know. I never stopped. I started buying left and right, and the craziness got me. I got into trouble later for buying on credit and stuff, man. I did a lot. I'm not gonna say I sacrificed a lot. I did this for me. I'm not saying that I did it for Fragcomm, but the whole intention and the addiction of doing content creating got me to the next level. I did review every single day, and I do say it with so much pride that I was the first one to do regular daily videos, which got me all those subscribers. I think, I don't have the biggest numbers. I'm telling you, I got that silver play button just recently, not long ago, maybe 1 year or so. Very special memories, lot of memories each year, if you reach a landmark or milestone, meeting so many friends. I would say one of the biggest things that I got nowadays, I realize, not just the perfumes, all the great people I met, brother Carlos, Gabe, Mark, Chad, I got to know these people, and I can tell proudly, from being from Bangladesh, one of the things I really feel proud of, I can represent my country. I used to have the flag at the back. I used to sit from this angle. I used to sit here facing this way, and I used to do videos. Lighting was not so good, and then my flag was there, and people started knowing that I'm from Bangladesh. I used to do reviews in English, and I still do. But this whole fragrance game gave me a lot. I got blessings of people, I got love from people, I got support from people. People bought decants from me in Bangladesh. Oh, I missed out on one more, one of the first few fragrances. Oh man, that bottle, come out, Fatso, come out. I have to. Nautica's Voyage, great fragrance and great memories. But yeah, let me just finish saying this. I got into this, I made this my line of work, because this is actually my blind love. I did not make so much profit. I did not have so much savings. Whatever I made, I put it back in the perfume game, which is why I have zero savings. And I did share a few days back the addiction problem with the perfumes, which is not great. Okay, because you lose a lot of things, if you are just doing this. And someone said, bro, your stories were, thanks for your honesty, but this is not good. That's toxic, and perhaps you should look into other things in life and take yourself away from work, because this one is killing you, day by day. You need to do other things, you need to relax your mind as well. Maybe I should. This holiday, I'm just taking it easy, but anyway, thank you so much for watching thus far, and for all your love. I know that not everybody feels the same way, but when people come up to me and say like, Joy, bro, your reviews made a huge difference, you started my journey, and I have bought majority of my perfumes seeing your recommendation. Any reviewers life, that is going to be a huge compliment, because that's what we work for. Okay, the trust, the goodwill, and the loyalty from people, fans. Yeah, I say fans. I'm not a star, but sometimes, when people say, bro, can I take a selfie with you, and they smile and they treat me like I'm something special, man, that one you cannot buy with money. Okay, so I thank everybody. I thank God. I thank my friends, supporters. I thank my ex. I keep saying that, despite we have our differences, fights, ugliness, and all, she really got me on this track, and whatever I am here today, huge credit to her. I am a very emotional man, okay? Even though we have so much fights, so many fights, and so much ugliness, and man, good and bad, whatever, but I owe to her a big time, because of all the support she gave me financially. She got me perfumes, she got me, like, never ever let me down. Anyway, you need this kind of support in life, otherwise it's not possible. It's insane, each month doing so many reviews. So anyway, guys, thanks a lot, thanks for watching, and thanks for always showing me that I matter, in until the last day, whatever days I have, I'll always cherish these moments. Thank you so much. I love you all. Okay, love you all, and you guys make me feel special all the time, and you guys are the real star. Take care, have a very nice day, have a very nice Eid holiday. I just wanted to do this long video today, just to feel special. Now I'm thirsty because I talked a lot. Anyway, it's okay, just last Ramadan. Everybody have a very nice Eid, very nice holiday. Drive safe wherever you go. Drive responsibly, very important, because your people, your family depend on you. Do not overspeed, do not drive when you're feeling dizzy. Take some coffee or something, Red Bull, tonkatali, whatever that works, okay? But have a very nice Eid. Have colorful dresses, have fun, giving that ang pao, I don't know what you call that, the salami thing, to kids, children. That will make them very happy, okay? And also cherish your family. See you. Bye-bye.